Administration. I'll just show you around, and as I do, I'll just explain where we are. So this is just to show you our library. We have a small library. Most of the books that have been given to us were donated years ago. The stock it's okay, but much of it is out of date. The books that we have will cover a wide range of topics, not just business administration and education. What we are looking to do is, I'm just taking you outside now. This is the campus itself. What we're looking to do is to improve access to education, especially for what we have there in the background. That's the new block of toilets. Before I arrived, I took over in October. There was only 2 pit toilets, which I'll show you in a moment, and none specifically for women. So now we've set up toilets for women, for men, and we've got the first toilets for people with disabilities in all of the state. Showing you the rest of the campus. So I took over in October. We have a small student population of about 60 people. Bring it back here. Small student population, about 60 to 65 students. What we're doing is we're looking to build up that population even more. In South Sudan, access to education is very, very difficult, particularly for women. According to the UN, it is more likely for a woman to die in childbirth than to finish second-level education. So the number of women coming to us in third-level education is extremely small. We're looking to build up the infrastructure of the campus. So like I said, we now have a new block of toilets. You can see there, and let me turn you around. They're the old toilets. So they're just 2 old pit latrines, not fantastic at all, and certainly not fit for purpose. Over here, this is the water supply that we are using for the entire university. If you can see it, and there we are. So we've borrowed the water from the clinic next door, which isn't great really. The campus itself it's large. We're looking to expand. What we want to do is we want to increase the number of students coming for education, particularly secondary school education. And then what we want to do is we want to start off with qualification in primary school education as well. Both of these are foundational, I think, for development within the country. In relation to the programs that we are running around access, so we've started the scholarship program for women. Those who are coming will have a 50% reduction in their fees. To be part of a degree program here, each year is $200 US, which doesn't seem like a whole lot, but for people here, it's a considerable amount of money. For women, it's a 50% reduction, so they're paying $100 a year. We're also looking at seeing how we can support women coming back into education after childbirth. The culture that we work in here is a polygamous culture. So the women will be one of a number of wives, and having large families is definitely encouraged, certainly by the men. So it's difficult for them to re-engage with education, but that's what we're looking to address. This is the campus itself. So the buildings structure is fine, but unfinished. The quality of the construction certainly needs work. I'll take you inside one of our classrooms. The courses that we'll do, aside from business administration and education, there's always a theological component, a value course. So they'll do things like social ethics, they'll do things like morality, they'll do things like theology. Here's a classroom. So this is one of our larger classrooms. As you can see, we are very lucky. We are really fortunate. We have desks, we have a building. We don't have a ceiling at the moment. That's certainly one of the things on our list, because we're in the middle of rainy season at the moment. And when it starts to rain, you can't actually hear yourself either speak or think. Then once we've got our ceilings, we're looking at putting in windows, sorting out the walls and sorting out the floor. The power for the university, we really don't have any power at all, except for a few large batteries that are quite old, and they run the printer and they charge the computer in the office, which is in the library. So as a project, it's small, but it's growing. We're looking to take more students in September. We'll really be emphasizing engaging with women and people with disabilities to make sure that those who don't have access to education have access to education. In my experience, it is women who are going to be people who will raise up their community and raise up their families. So it's a way of supporting the development within the community, but also supporting the diocese as well, and helping the diocese to grow and to develop. So we're very grateful for all of the support that we receive. And yes, we're looking forward to working with you. So with the borehole, we have, let me show you, we'll walk over to it. We have an old borehole that was here a couple of years. So with this project, what we were hoping to do is we need to, you've seen the tap, that's our water. So what we need to do now is we need to recondition the borehole. It's going to be significantly cheaper than drilling a new borehole. So recondition it and put in a solar pump. So the idea will be that there will be a sufficient amount of clean drinking water for people to have. At the moment, the tap sometimes runs out, and that certainly presents difficulties within the campus. Here's the borehole that we currently have. So it's the old style pump. And our hope then is that we will get this reconditioned. We'll put in a solar pump. The solar panels will be put on top of the roof there. And then we will install a tank for 10,000 litres of water over there just by the university itself. And then that'll provide clean water for the students and for the campus.
Okay. Do the students, are they day students or boarders?
The students are day students. It's an afternoon university because it's difficult for people to come for a full day. So what we do is we set up the campus specifically to engage the people who are local. We are in Rumbek itself, so it's one of the larger cities, but it's not a very large city. For example, there isn't any water infrastructure here except for boreholes, and there's no power grid either, so everything runs off solar. So the people who will be coming they're day students. They'll join us just for the afternoon classes, and then they head off again. They've just at the moment, Roger, I don't know. Hang on, I'll switch you around. The old toilet has just collapsed. So I don't know if so there was a bit of a, thanks be to God they were okay. Health and safety here. They're wearing sandals, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my.
You're lucky. You're lucky they got sandals on.
I know, God Almighty. Yeah, I know. Gee, I'm thinking I'm saying a quick prayer, you know.
That's good. All right, that's really good. I'm really happy with that. Happy to hear all that, and happy to have a chat with you. And as time goes on, as it progresses, any further videos, if you want to do, you could get them and see. I presume you're skilled enough to do a video and give us a link.
Yeah, no problem. But before, like the fact that I can be standing in the middle of South Sudan speaking to you in Australia by video simultaneously, it's incredible, you know.